Recorded Books and One-Click Digital present Faller by Will Mcintosh. Narrated by me, George Guidall. Chapter 1. He tried to open his eyes, but they felt glued shut. So he just lay there, exhausted, listening to the screams. His cheek was against a hard surface, pebbles pressed into his skin. A dog barked nearby. Dog. The word burst in his mind, fresh, like he was giving birth to it. Yet he knew what a dog was. When he thought the word, a picture formed. Four-legged animal, fur, wagging tail. His mind felt slightly clearer, his energy returning. He dragged his eyes open. The world was incredibly bright, remarkably colorful. Someone ran by in green and white sneakers, sideways, as if running on a wall. Except he was the one who was sideways. As he managed to sit upright, the world tilted and spun for a moment before settling into crisp focus. He was surrounded by tall buildings. Cars and trucks were scattered on the street. None were moving. Thick black smoke rose from behind the closest buildings. A few feet away, a pink-haired woman was doubled over, clutching her head in her hands. There were colorful tattoos of flowers on her forearms. "What is happening?" she wailed. "I don't know." The woman looked up, startled. "Do you know me? Do you know who I am?" "No." "Do you know who I am?" The woman shook her head. Something had happened. The confusion he felt, the screaming, this wasn't normal. He needed to figure out what was going on. Maybe he could find help. Police. When he pressed his palm to the pavement to try to stand, lancing pain shot down his thumb and into his wrist. There was a deep slash across the pad of the thumb, caked with dried blood. There was more dried blood on the tip of his index finger and under the fingernail. This must have happened before, he realized. Still shaky, he stood, looked around. There was a little silver cart with a yellow umbrella nearby. The word for it sprang to mind, hot dog stand. A red and white bus sat parked along the curb. A few blocks away, a cluster of people stood with their backs to him. He went to see what they were doing. There were no buildings beyond the place where the crowd was standing. The sky grew wider as he approached, until he merged into the crowd and saw that the world simply ended a few feet from where they stood. There was nothing beyond but sky. Ragged asphalt and concrete marked the edge of the world. A concrete sewer pipe jutted from the dark earth below, spewing water. He couldn't say how, but he sensed this, too, was wrong. The sky felt too big, although he knew skies were enormous. A white-haired man knelt off to one side of the crowd on a stoop that led up to thin air. He was studying a small photograph, the contents of a wallet spread beside him. The old man looked up as he approached, held the photo up for him to see. It showed the man in a black suit smiling, clutching an old woman's hand. "I found this in my pocket. They must be people I know." It took him a moment to realize the old guy didn't know he was one of the people in the photo. "That's you," he said, pointing. "That's me?" The old man held the photo closer, studied it. "That's me." He sounded surprised. He wondered if there was anything in his own pockets. Checking the front ones first, he pulled out a folded food wrapper and a toy soldier. There was a photo in one of his back pockets, a dark-haired woman with freckles.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?